Hey people, interested here, 3v3 Typhon Arena, blue team. We've got Codex playing a Plague Champion, starts at range combat with this damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair but is very slow. Alongside Dark Riku is a Commissar Lord, good offense and support fights in melee combat, begins with an energy shield, and rounded off the blue team is Mathis playing a Force Commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also disrupt, tank and support with buffs. This is some Ultramarines but not the DLC. Red team, we have Floid playing a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, awesome offense, disruption and support, and begins with a basic synapse. Alongside Caeltos, lead designer of Elite Mod, plays a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, awesome offense and disruption, fights in melee combat. Chasing down a Commissar Lord there, and rounding off the red team is Illethor as a Warboss melee commander that walks through cover, offense, disruption and support from the front lines, breaking cover and stuff all around there. 1-to-1 cap, multi-laser turret is up, which is why Illithor's not pushing, and Mathis is also here to support. Riku is split between the bottom and the mid, Commissar Lord forced off. We have triple heretics out for Caeltos. Very aggro heavy opening, but you can get bled like crazy, especially into tier 2. We'll see how he does with it. Combi Flamer I expect we might see from Caeltos. Sentinel, a massive pain in the arse for triple heretics, of course, so probably backed out with Havocs or Raptors or something. Codex with a nice flank as well, Doom Blast on retreats. Heretics versus heretics, but they do get away just about, or do they? 10 hit points, 6 hit points, 4. That's the damage over time from the Plague Champion's bolter, but they do get away. Bottom, meanwhile, Orks forced off. Solid opening for the blue team. Caeltos has prevented them from building gens here with his pressure, but otherwise they did pretty well. Spore Mines up for Floid. His usual build, double termagants into Spore Mines, can be incredibly annoying to face, especially for a Plague Champion if you have double heretics or something, because his bolter can't do much because they're tiny, so very difficult to hit, and he can't really fight them in melee combat. The Plague Champion actually starts with pathetic melee damage, and a good way to fight Spore Mines is actually to fight them in melee combat with something tough, because then you're guaranteed to hit them. Floyd thinking about helping bottom, but goes back mid. He's got some Raveners on the way, no war gear yet for his Hive Tyrant. Dark Riku with spotters on the way, Mathis double tactical marines, and blue team have the bottom sewed up here. How are red going to push back against this? Maybe some Storm Boys from Illethor to get in amongst things quickly, because those double tactical marines is a massive thing to dislodge. Warboss with spiky armor, 499, 475, but he's alone here, Illethor, against 2. Where's Caeltos? He's going mid again. Can they wipe these gens here? Spore Mines looking menacing, but stop in their tracks. Hive Tyrant enough by himself to force off these CSMs, so it's 2-to-1 against Codex and 2-to-1 also against Illethor. They're going to lose this power, but blue team also losing this power, it looks like. No combi flavor from the Chaos Lord, is going straight into Raptors. This should be interesting. Triple heretics into Raptors is a pretty fun build, and he's got grenade launchers on all of his heretics, and that is a lot of area effect damage early on. 499, 453, spot a shell, ouch. Nice shot on those heretics, didn't do a whole lot in the end, but there's the smoke shell. 499, 453. Sentinel bringing up the rear and pushing alongside the infantry there. These guys ready to repair. Also scouts there that can repair from Mathis. Grenade launcher heretics. He needs to split these guys, I think, Caeltos. The Commissar can only type one of the squads, but here are some Raptors, jump troops that suppress enemy units when they land. Fight in melee combat and do a fair amount of damage, and there is a jump. Let's see how much stuff they suppress. They didn't do a secondary jump there, so only suppressed the scouts. These guys have shotguns, getting elite training, and they have their sergeant. Wow, not often you see your scouts completely and fully kitted out in tier 1. He's got some more scouts as well, double tactical marines, double scouts, a pretty cool opening. Havoc's getting disrupted and now taking tons of damage from those grenade launchers. They do a pretty good job, as you can see, even against heavy armor there. Raveners on the field for Floid with their Devourers, gives them a ranged weapon. They still retain some melee effectiveness but do lose their power melee weapons. Hormagaunts with adrenal glands, and we have toxin sacs of both of the Termagants. It even has a couple of spawn mines still floating around. What's going on bottom? Mathis has to go and defend. Surely he's going to catch sluggers in retreat path with a bunch of melee attacks, but can't quite finish them off. Or can he? Yes, he can. 4-3-4, 4-5-3. Caeltos putting a huge amount of pressure on this central power, and that really has helped his team turn this around. Blue team have barely had any power here, but they are retaking bottom and look very strong bottom again. Mathis going for the Chainsword and Storm Shield, gives you that defensive buff with your Force Commander and Artificer, so he's going to be pretty damn tough now. Raptors are going to jump the Havocs, and these guys are nasty when they jump setup teams because they do so much damage. I think 30 DPS per model. So if you can catch them in retreat, much like Interceptors, Interceptors even worse of course because their jump is instantaneous. Riku with double spotters here. We have some Raptors also for Codex, some Black Legion. Caeltos coming bot now with a big flank. Raptors leading the line. Where is his Chaos Lord? He's decapping blue team's natural. He's gone all the way up there. Raptors jumping a big blob of stuff, and there's a artillery shell as well. It's all kicking off. Here come Raveners. Commissar Lord in amongst some heretics now trying to get models. There's that defensive buff you see there from the Force Commander. Warboss being disrupted by stuff. I think was that. I'm not sure what that was actually. Just a special attack maybe, or a shotgun blast more likely from those scouts. 4-2-3, 4-3-1. Sluggers now in amongst these scouts. Both of them forced to retreat. Shooters bringing their Daka. And we've got big shooters of both squads, but no knob leaders. The spawn mine still hanging around. Force Commander being incredibly annoying. Still has full health pretty much. That was the seismic roar from the Hive Tyrant. You see all the green crap on the ground. But Codex is now here to help out his team. 4-0-4, 4-3-1. Red team with a very strong tier 1 in the end. They started off a bit shaky because of Caeltos' triple heretics opening, which didn't help him out very, very early on, but came good with those triple grenade launchers. And we might see a very quick aspiring champion for these Raptors. Sentinel needs to back the head off. Tier 2 for Riku, Caeltos and Illethor. Floid is floating a lot here. He's got over 1,000 requisition. He needs to rebuy some gens when this gets retaken. He needs to go tier 2 as well, as does Codex right now. Raveners with their Burrow Strike and an instantaneous retreat. Can they lose a model? They do lose a model. 3-4-5, 4-3-1. Caeltos continues to put pressure on. He does have the combi flamer now. But he continues to pressure these generators. Can he finish off the Havocs with his combi flamer? He can't. His Raptors get away, and now we have Codex going to bash gens with the Bile Spew, an awesome flamer type weapon. Reduces damage and speed and does a fair amount of damage itself, and as you can see, makes very short work of structures. Now the Chaos Lord fighting some Raptors here. Not a good fight for the Raptors because of Kill the Weak. And the fact that he begins with a power melee weapon, 26 DPS I believe it is, so that's about 33 DPS to heavy armor. 290, 431, a big charge from the Warboss. He has spiky armor and the angry bits, so a lot of health regen that they won't stack together. Suppressed by a shotgun blast. sluggers in there with burners, and then they're going to be forced off though here, I think, unless we see a call the boys. Nope, they are forced off. There's defend again. It only protects you against ranged damage though. Gives you that suppression resistance, or suppression immunity I should say, as well of course. Warboss gets away. Here comes a bunch of ranged fire though. Wow, Ravenous, double Termagants and double shooters there. And one of them at least has a knob leader now. Yes, one. But blue team, with this insane defensive build that Mathis has, that Force Commander supporting double Tactical Marines with the defend ability, is really hard to shift. Warriors dropped in from Floid, a heavy infantry squad with power melee weapons that can leap into combat, but there's a stomp and they're going to be forced off here lest he lose a model. He doesn't want to lose models. 281, 393. Look at this though, continuous pressure here, and Caeltos putting us on shrines, and these shrines will spit out bloodletters and buff his unit's damage. Raptors jumping the Havocs. This is going to be nasty. That Lightning Claw, recently buffed to 45 DPS up from 40, is pretty nasty, and you have that demonic strength ability, or whatever it's called, which is pretty nice now that it tracks. Manticore Strike on the Heretics, that is really bad. Wow. He's putting all of his shrines up. There's a maximum of 3 shrines allowed, and he's putting them all up here. But they're going to go down very quickly to the biosphere. That might have been a massive mistake from Caeltos. He throws out a Let the Galaxy Burn, but the Chaos Lord's close to going down here. Going to get shot down on retreat as he is. Bloodletter's trying to keep that Plague Champion. In fact, the Plague Champion's gone down here. Down goes one of the shrines, and they should be able to deal with the other 2. That's some good pressure there, but was it worth the 450 wreck and 45 power to put these 3 shrines up? Maybe it was, because red team have good map. Warboss charging in, gets a shotgun blast to the face. There's a whirlwind from Mathis, and I'm seeing this unit do some pretty good stuff. It's got a few buffs recently, or semi-recently. Damage up, flight time increased of its missiles, and the disruption can be really annoying in situations like this at the bottom of arena. Manticore Strike on the Tyranids. They do okay. We have Adrenal Glands on the Warrior Brood, gives them heavy melee damage and that awesome melee synapse for those Hormagaunts. Sluggers trying to fight the Force Commander who's forced off, and red team overrun the bottom. Has that Manticore paid off? I'm not sure it has quite yet. Raptors level 2 for Codex. Space Marines level 2 for Codex. You might see the Emperor's Wrath from the Commissar Lord. That accessory is awesome at the bottom of arena as well. But at the moment he's top decapping stuff. Raptors retaking the VP. And look at the map, it looks very red right now. 281, 316, and now they're going after this power. And they haven't gone after this power a whole lot from what I've seen. They've obviously had a little bite at it because this generator is very low on hit points. There's the smoke shell. Dark Riku losing one of his spotter squads incidentally. Stomp from the Sentinel, needs to back away though. Does have its missile launcher up, but it's taking tons of damage and goes down. Shooter's finishing it off there, I think. 275309. Riku now with double Manticores though. Ouch. 269309. They recently got a slight nerf. Their missiles now take, I think it's 10 seconds longer to cool down. So you can use them again. I think it's 10 seconds. It's increased anyway. This Warboss is going to die, I think. 260, 309, yes, goes down, even though Odd Boys was used, still goes down. And no sign of Stern Guard veterans from Mathis, but he does have a sergeant on one of his squads. That was a really good stick bomb throw from Illethor before he was forced off, and now blue can sweep through and try it and wipe out this gen farm. There's defend again, giving the scout some damage resistance against those shooters, and they need it. Zone throw on the field for Floid, as you might have seen. 219, 309 Manticore Strike. Misses everything. And a bunker dropped in from Dark Riku, a medical bunker. Most likely he might get a repair bunker for his double manticores, we'll see. And that whirlwind, where is the whirlwind right now? It's over here. What's going on top? Plague Champion decapping the power node. Riku helping out, he's split at the moment with his commander at the top. Just holding up this cap. Is he going to go down? He does go down. 213308. Must be concentrating on the bottom at the moment. His bunker has been upgraded to a medical bunker, I think. Whirlwind disrupts the sluggers. That's what he wanted it to do there. Whirlwind cannot fire on the move, so you need to keep it still to get it to go off. Warboss with the power claw takes down the force commander there. 213395. Stick bombs, sorry, stun bombs thrown, and nicely hit on both of the tactical marine squads. Mathis needed to split them there, and stick bombs in retreat path. Really good stick bomber play from Illethor. All of the Tyranids forced off. No brood nest anywhere. As he might have got one already, and it's gone down already. But I've not seen it. And look at this again. Caeltos putting pressure on the mid. Really lots of great fluid play from all players. We have Floid, who's the top player. At the bottom we have Caeltos, mostly pushing mid for the entire game. We have Riku splitting his forces and going top with his commander, who he unfortunately lost. 2 commanders down then for blue team. What's this? Hive Tyrant being revived by the Chaos Lord, who throws out his Let the Galaxy Burn, but it doesn't knock down the Plague Champion because of Armor of Pestilence. We have some Raptors there as well. We're going to see demonic strength. We're not. Raptors jumping Raptors. And Caeltos is forced off. Is Codex going to push through to the power now? Or is he going to try and mop up the top, is he? I think so. Single cap for red. Zone Thrope getting its focus warp blast on the whirlwind, but there's nothing there to follow it up with anything, with any damage. A lot of talk about that focus warp blast recently. Lots think that it's overpowered because it got a really short cooldown, very, very long range snare. Vehicle snare is so powerful in this game, of course. Double tax with sergeants. No weapon upgrades yet though. Spotter's still around for Riku. Codex with a Chaos Dreadnought. What has he gone for? It's the Fault right now. Chaos Lord causing all sorts of problems. He's almost level 4, has Armory Inferno, Icon of Corn, and he's switched to the Blood Maul. 161290, double cap for red team. Spotter's thrown into the pit where they are, just missed it. Double cap, and it's all kicking off. Manticore strike, 145290, forces off a bunch of orcs. There's a brood nest though. Down goes the whirlwind. Nice play from Caeltos with his melter gun raptors. What are they up to now though? They're going after the manticores, and they're going to get caught in retreat by 2 armies. The marines might force melee combat, but no, they do get away. 130, 290, blue team capping up the top of the map. Codex with some Nurgle worship there, capping that with Havocs, and it's going to be a triple for blue. Look at it, switch around here. 130, 280. Chaos Predator on the way for Caeltos, another Chaos Dreadnought for Codex, and Mathis has a Predator tank on the way. Manticore strike didn't. Oh, it forced off these flash gits, who have their git finders. Here comes Floyd pushing back. Codex reviving the Commissar Lord. Now all of the blue commanders are back on their feet. They did that massive pushback without those commanders. That was really good play from the blues. That was the bilious discharge. Wow, super fast Hormagaunts there to try and get back into coherency. And the Force Commander has now switched to the Thunderhammer. You might see him with the Sacred Standard as well. 130, 209. Triple cap for the blue team. Well, here comes Sluggers and Meltagun Raptors from Caeltos. And they should be able to retake it because there's only guardsmen here. And Riku retreats them. Are they going to be able to push power as well? Down goes one Manticore. Floid pushing them with his tier 3 licks. Some good play. That guy does a huge amount of heavy melee DPS. And if you can get on the rear armor of a Manticore, it's not going to last long, which must have happened here. There's the Predator tank for Mathis. Touch of Nurgle on these heretics, I think. The Chaos Lord is there though, as are these Raptors. And he's getting self-heal every hit from that Icon of Corn. Dreadnought coming in. Chaos Space Marines taking shots as well. There is the Touch of Nurgle going off, but the heretics do get away, and down goes the Chaos Lord with a sync kill from the Chaos Dreadnought. 130, 155. And another power harass from Codex, and these generators will not last long with double autocannon Dreadnoughts. And that Biosphere, look how quickly it goes down. So we're going to completely lose this power here. Floyd coming back to the top. He is tier 3, but no monstrous creatures for him, preferring to go for his tier 3 Lictor. I'm not sure where that Lictor is now though. It's not on the roster, so I can't see. Oh, there it is. Going back to the mid. Codex now might be in trouble if two armies come and fight him here. Raptors jumping, trying to go after the zone throw. Lictor is there to counter initiate, as is the Hive Tyrant. We might see a seismic roar to try and save them, but it's not needed. The zone threat does live, and the Raptors are forced off. Now Codex needs to get the heck out of here with his Dreadnoughts. He does have Havocs covering the retreats, but they're forced to fall back as well. 129, 132, very, very close, 2-to-1 cap. Lictor Alpha, sorry, tier 3 Lictor going after the Dreadnought. Almost 100 heavy melee DPS from this guy. Manticore Strike on the bottom, trying to take out the Chaos Predator, doesn't quite manage it. This is a Nurgle, Markov Nurgle Predator. Makes it a lot more durable, gives it that damage over time autocannon crap on the ground type thing, which you see there, takes out the Commissar Lord. Rocket Run though on the Orks, ouch. Painful stuff, painful stuff. Wiped out both of the shooters, and Mathis's Predator takes out the Chaos Predator as well. Crazy, crazy action. Illethor does have a Knob Squad, but look at this, Riku has a Baneblade on the way. Codex looking so strong now with his units, but he's not in tier 3. So he can't use Imperial Abyss, which he does have the red for. Meltagun Raptors going after the Predator tank. Knob Squad and the Lictor should easily finish it off. Down it goes. Wow, Predator's not lasting long in this game. These Meltagun Raptors have been awesome. Level 2. That Manticore is still around and is shooting on the VP here, trying to stop the cap, which it succeeds at. 107, 132. Red team have both the naturals now and have a double cap, and they've taken this contested power. Baneblade 3/4 of the way done almost. 89, 132. Thunderhammer, Force Commander going ballistic on these sluggers. That awesome tracking special. Are they going to wipe here? Very strange retreat path, but they should get away. Meltagun Raptors going off the generators. I'm not sure how much DPS this Thunderhammer does. I think it's around 70 power melee DPS. 75 perhaps, might be 65. 52, 132. Codex now pushing the top, as you can see on the minimap there. Manticore pushing forward. And it's, wow, all kicking off around the VP. These guardsmen are going to be absolutely slaughtered. Yes, they are. Zone Throat finishing them off, but that was a crazy Manticore strike. Wow. 32, 132. Dark Riku lost his entire army, only has a Baneblade left. Manticore taken out by this Raptors. Again, doing superbly well. Level 3 now. Codex pushing top hard though, and he's going to be able to cap both of these. So it's going to be a triple even, for is it for blue team? I think it is. There's a orbital bombardment from Mathis to force off the Tyranids, which works, and there's a Imperial Abyss from Caeltos. because Codex isn't tier 3 yet. Absolutely awesome. 32-118, crazy action here. Baneblade's pushing forward, this could be risky. We have some Lightning Claw, Chaos Terminators from Caeltos. Riku, what is he going to do? Follow it up with some Guardsmen for repairs maybe? Codex backing off away from the VP. I think he needs to keep the pressure up here. There's the double cap, there's a Nurgle Shrine that he can fall back to, and now the Plague Champion has his Plague Fist and Icon of Nurgle, so he has his really powerful melee build going to really go toe to toe with these warriors and his Formagants and that Illethor. Blue team with a double cap, and Riku only has one unit, but it's a hell of a unit here, taking down generators now. Raptors might go down here. The Warboss finishing him off, helping to finish him off with his Power Claw. I think the Zone Throw actually did the finishing off. Did Codex just completely forget about them? He might have. 32-47, really hard to keep track of everything, and now he's getting doubled. Caeltos has been so mobile in this game, he's been everywhere. 32-33, it's so close, double cap for blue. Is someone coming up to help Codex? I'm not sure. Dreadnought going toe to toe with a Hive Tyrant who does have his Crushing Claw now, 108 heavy melee DPS, and has his Psychic Scream. And is that the bonded exoskeleton as well? It is. That's a really powerful combat build for the Hive Tyrant. His Dreadnought is done for. Illethor there helping out. Wow. He might lose both of his Dreadnoughts here. Took out an aspiring champion. Heretic was that? I think it was. Down goes the Plague Champion though. 32-13. Down goes the other Dreadnought. Codex lost most of his army. Riku has some Stormtroopers, so they're going to keep hold of bottom, but can they get the natural back? There's a Noxious Cloud. Chaos Lord doing, ouch, 100 DPS melee, I think it is, with this Blood Maw. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. I think that's right. 18-13. This is a dead Commissar Lord. Down he goes, just trying desperately to cap their Riku. But they're going to retake it and keep the 2-1, 12-13. And here comes Mathis now with a Sacred Standard Force Commander Terminators and double Tactical Marines with Plasma Guns. But isn't it enough? 3-13 is not enough, because there's the 2-1 cap and there is the GG. And red team take it. A crazy game. I'm not exactly sure what happened to all of Riku's stuff. He seemed to lose. I know he lost his Guardsman on the VP. It's a massive crater here now, look. And I guess his Manticore went down to the Raptors. Just kind of lost everything at once, and it was really hard for him to support top at that point. Red team went top at just the right time, and they take it. Look how much resources Floid was floating. He preserved everything, I think. Yeah, pretty sure he did. Caeltos had level 3 heretics at the end, and his Raptors were awesome, level 4 with those melter guns. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.